Hi, I'm Brittany Dunn, and I will be speaking on training implementation plan, the upgrade to Windows 10 Enterprise for Taters Inc. The training purpose will be to train each department properly about Windows 10 Enterprise by August 28th, 2018, which is the deadline date for the rollout phase, and to also ensure productivity does not suffer for the company and have a successful startup date after all the different phases have completed the upgrade to Windows 10. The strategy behind the training purpose will be that the IT support team will assign training sessions for all Taters Inc.'s 8 departments. We will also ensure the entire workforce is skillfully trained on Windows 10 Enterprise before the project deadline date. We will also collaborate with all the departments to ensure training is delivered to all of the users, to all the employees to become skilled Windows 10 Enterprise users. The training objective, this is where we will talk about our collaboration with the different departments. We will also speak about why training is important, the different strategies behind training, and the milestones, and what Windows 10 Enterprise has to offer for this upgrade for Taters Inc. So while training, there are different techniques that goes along with it. So you have the learning styles, visual reading, kinesthetic, and oral. You have the different styles of training, which will be, your classroom-based settings, interactive training. You can also train online, and the trainings can be hand-on, can be used computer-based, or your training can be held on an off-site facility. We use classroom-based setting training, hands-on training, computer-based setting, and it was also interactive because you were using the computer in the classroom setting. An update, since Taters Inc. is updating their system, it will be a technology update. So they're upgrading their operating system. From my last project, I used Haiku, so we're upgrading from Haiku operating system to Windows 10 Enterprise. The employees will learn new techniques about this operating system as well. Another objective is the productivity with training. Training can increase productivity within the workplace, within the company, so that all employees are trained properly and that there are no mistakes. But we all know that mistakes happen because we're human and we're not perfect. But to ensure that all employees are equipped with effective Windows 10 operating system skills to complete the goal that Taters Inc. has behind this company-wide upgrade. All right, we will talk about the collaborations within the teams. As the training team, we work with the hardware team. While working with them, we ensured that all departments were equipped with Windows 10 Enterprise upgrade, and to make sure that we could begin the training. We also collaborated with the operating system testing and compatibility team. We had to understand the new operating system features during our collaboration to ensure that each department's computers were all compatible, and that once everything was complete, we were able to train promptly. We also collaborated with the rollout team with setting up the dates when the training team will be trained and training all of the other employees to have a successful update start date. We encountered some milestones within our training department project. One of the milestones were communicating with each department to set the training dates. You know, people might be out of work, schedule off days, sick. Those were the things that we encountered. Also communicating with with the rollout team to ensure that all computers were updated by the time the training team was trained and when they wanted to start training the rest of the employees. The third milestone was updating the IT department's computers. We had some difficulties with some of our computers with the update, them taking longer to update. Some of the computers weren't compatible. Well, they were compatible, but we just needed to optimize the hard drives to help the computer to run the new operating system. A fourth milestone was training all the IT support team members on Windows 10 Enterprise. Like I said, we had employees that had scheduled times off as well, so a few employees weren't trained before the start date or after the start date of our training sessions. And another milestone was overcoming all the issues during the IT training and training of each department. Like I said, we had some computers not to cooperate, employees out, and we had some language issues with some of our people that we were training as well. But we got over our milestones and we completed training successfully. Alright, so here we will overview the Windows 10 Enterprise operating system. I found some information that stated that Windows 10 Enterprise was designed to address the needs of a large and a mid-sized organization, which Taters Inc. is a large organization. So that makes sense for our technology update across the company. There are two versions of Windows 10 Enterprise. There's the 1709 version and the LTSB, which is the long-term branch version, and they're both operated in the 32-bit and the 64-bit ISO. We also learned a few features and applications that are included with the Windows 10 Enterprise system. We have the group policy management, Microsoft Passport, the device guard, Azure Active Directory, and the Angular UX control. The group policy management Windows 10 is a Windows 10 physical and virtual machines and devices can be managed through the group policy setting, which allows the IT professionals to configure user and computers throughout the company. According to Microsoft, the group policy setting offers more than 30,000 ways to configure machines and devices. And within the Windows 10 feature, the group policy feature and setting, you can manage the policies related to the new Edge browser and the ability to restrict users' application data to always stay on system volumes and to be disabled through the deployment of the Windows Store app. So that's a good feature to use if you are using the group policy management within the company. The Microsoft Passport provides a system for allowing users to log into Windows 10 using biometrics, and that is something such as your finger or facial scan or PIN ID. Microsoft says that the Passport feature provides both convenience in that the user has to remember fewer credentials and security because passwords are not being used. But passwords are kind of being used if it is a PIN, which is sort of a password. The device guard is a feature that allows devices to be restricted to running only trusted software on the desktop. It also makes it much less likely, according to Microsoft, that an attacker will seize control of the Windows kernel and without having the ability of running malicious code on your computer. Device Guard also uses the virtualization-based security in Windows 10 Enterprise to isolate code integrity services that control the process from the Microsoft Windows kernel. Device Guard then uses signature defined by enterprise control policy to determine what is trustworthy. Microsoft also mentioned that this approach will be effective in stopping malware from being run on machines, particularly software that alters its code to prevent detection of antivirus software. The Azure Active Directory feature is a Microsoft multi-tenant cloud-based directory and identity management service that provides single sign-on access to thousands of SaaS applications, or SaaS applications, such as Office 365, Dropbox, and Salesforce.com. Microsoft has integrated Azure Active Directory with Windows more deeply to reduce the amount of passwords users need to remember, just like the Passport feature as well. The Active Directory links the Windows 10 devices to your Azure Active Directory, and you're able to sign into Windows using your Active Directory account and password, and same devices can be automatically enrolled in the mobile device management service at the same time. So you can use your Active Directory on any of the Windows devices you have. And as long as you have the Active Directory on the device, you're able to log in without actually having to log into your active Windows account. And the granular UX control is a feature that allows IT managers to customize and lock down the user interface of a Windows device to restrict the machine to performing a specific task, such as acting as a check-in kiosk at an airport. This is the citation page of some of the research throughout my project and for my presentation as well. Training is an important part of any company's growth or any company's development. Training is also needed to help employees be the best employees that the company would like them to be, as far as the customer service and just knowing their product or knowing what the company, knowing how the company wants to represent itself. Training is an essential part of all companies, and Taters Inc. has chose to upgrade their operating system to Windows 10 Enterprise, and we successfully trained each department. We trained our department and we overcame milestones. We learned about Windows 10 Enterprise together as a company and its features. And we've moved on, and the training is complete. The rollout deadline was met, and everything was completed successfully. Thank you for listening to my training implementation upgrade for Tater.